No.
How dare you stand in
No, it's Black the Black or whatever his name is. Oh no. Want to play Fort Condor? Stop. Stop. What? The highlight of this trailer is actually Scarlet for me. Let me explain. It gives to Yuffie's story and it gives to Scarlet and builds her up more as a villain for the rest of the story. This is like really good stuff for the story. Then when Yuffie meets Scarlet again later, she has a connection to Shinra, right? She's not just like, oh, hi, I joined the party. This is my theory. You're going to fight and murder all the deep ground jabronis with Yuffie in this episode. The reference for the fans, you tie in Yuffie, who is super central in Dirge Cerberus. She gets to be a part of this. She fights him. She kills him. Yuffie gets to get an awesome background story, and they've fed into Yuffie's future story, like the actual story that matters, and they're gone. Dirge Cerberus fans are happy. We're happy. It's all about execution, man. The coolest theory that you've heard, like from Max or anybody with these awesome theories, it could be garbage in execution, right? And also the dumbest theory you've heard could be a masterpiece in execution. It's all about writing. It's all about dialogue. It's all about shot selection. There is still a way for all fans to be satisfied with FF7. There is still a way. And I think it's going to happen. I really do. Hello, my name is Philip. I'm a filmmaker, and today I'm going to be watching and reacting to Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade final trailer and analyzing the cinematic language. Let's get into it. Let's analyze it. Love Final Fantasy VII. It is one of the best things ever. You guys know I've been reacting to League of Legends, Resident Evil, and some other awesome titles, but Final Fantasy is my main thing, man. That's what it's all about. This is what got me into filmmaking, so this is going to be a blast, and I'm so excited what's going to happen next in FF7 Remake. I think it's one of the most creative art projects in video games, really, in recent decades. So I'm super excited for it, and it's by some of my favorite artists. So if you've been enjoying my Final Fantasy content, my League of Legends content, please make sure to subscribe. We're going on 10K. Make sure to like this video, and let's get into it. Let me know in the comments, who is your favorite character in Final Fantasy VII? Is it Yuffie? Is it Vincent? Is it Cloud? Is it Tifa? Who is it? Let me know. All right, let's do this. You got blood. That's all you got to know, baby. What the hell does that mean?
So that thing, that's a whisper too, huh?
Say hi to YouTube,
Looks
yeah.
a lot more like an arbiter of fate than
Okay.
the
Okay, so it's showing the ending. New features, development footage subject to change. Okay, let's see if we get new features here. Okay. Oh my god, it looks so good. Look at the particles.
What the? I think it's coming this way.
It looks so great with the up frame rate too. It really does. And you know, I'm not one to usually say that. What's up, Spectre? Yeah, how you guys doing? Welcome, everybody.
What have you done?
Reno and Rude killing it.
Let's make it a night to remember.
That attack is one of the coolest attacks ever.
Let the hunt begin.
Vice! Vice! Oh, okay, so combat simulator confirmed. Wait.
For strength. Let us defy destiny together. Don't deny me. Embrace me.
Damn. Wild. Oh, okay. Someone on Yuffie. Here we go. Oh my god, it looks incredible. They're fighting deep ground.
Bad news, but
Just hit me with it.
we're gonna drop plate number 7.
They're gonna do what?
They're gonna drop the plate. Okay.
Using these, Wutai's famous Dachau beans. Eat up.
That's
There
funny.
you go.
Sensu beans.
Ready to die at them. Wanna play Fort Condor?
Or Condor?
Want to play Fort Condor? Stop. Stop. What? What? Okay, this is awesome. What? Yes, minigames.
At long last, Wuchai's finest deigned to
Scarlet.
join us.
That was Scarlet.
Oh
Director of
my
Advanced Weaponry.
god.
It was one of her machines that killed Melfi.
Allow me to present
Flashback.
the latest innovation in Shinra battle art.
Oh my god, yes.
This will be a memory to cherish for the rest of your lives. All 30 seconds of them.
Yes! More Scarlet! This is incredible. I was hoping for more Scarlet. She's barely in it. Building her up as a better villain. This is it, guys. It's so good. Look at these team attacks. Wait for part 2, baby. What the hell? Limit break! Rama! We got Rama! Oh! New summons, baby! No!
How
no, it's Black the Black or whatever his name is. Oh no. Let's go, baby. Oh no.
Let the games begin.
Oh no. It's Ebony Raven Darkness Way himself. Oh my god.
This is just wrong.
Blood. CG. Oh my god. You think it's after the plate drop? Definitely after the plate drop. It's gotta be, man. She said this isn't right. Yeah. Damn. Really awesome. I love what I see here. Still got the mini game. I know. I'm really interested about Fort Condor. So do you guys think the mini game means we will not do Fort Condor now? Probably not. I bet Fort Condor doesn't exist. As always, the filmmaking is incredible. Look at the shot selection. It's on point. We get this flashback to Wutai and, you know, people who want vengeance on Scarlet and stuff. Really building up Scarlet for, you got to think about it, for part 2. It's going to end up being, you know, the Barrett flashback with Scarlet, and you're going to show like how nefarious she is and everything like that. So yeah, it's the best character writing I've seen. And it's like an AR, what do you call it? Like Rock'em Sock'em Robots type thing, right? Okay, so it's like she hasn't heard of Fort Condor in the real world, which probably means it doesn't exist, but let's see. It's actually cool, though. It's actually cool. It's kind of like Ogre Battle still. You can drop in drop in people. Yeah. Fort Condor was a minigame in the other game, right? So it's not like, you know, they slightly changed the type of minigame it is. Right? So Melfi is somebody else from Wutai, which is really cool. And she just looks like, you know, a normal person, which was like caught in the crossfire maybe. So this is obviously like a prototype for the Proud Claude, which is what you fight Scarlet in the old game too. It's mostly lighting, to be honest with you. Why is that? It's because they introduced ray tracing. I mean, look at the reflections. You can see the refractions in her eyes here, her nails, on her lips. It's just like these incredible way of lighting with ray tracing. And look at this behind her. You can actually see that green like filtering through her hair here. It's just stuff that you couldn't. It's just stuff that you couldn't do without ray tracing, right? You have this little kiss lighting on her shoulder here and everything. It's just very well done, you know? Can't wait to bitch slap Scarlet. Yeah, Tifa does bitch slap Scarlet until she's like unconscious. They look surprised he's here. Like these Shinra scientists are like, where the hell did he come from? So there's a couple possibilities here as far as theories go. He could have come from deep ground, but see, this is Sonon and Yuffie. All right, so this is like the main story of Intergrade. So confirmed, we have deep ground, Dirty Cerberus dudes chilling. Now, what we can hope is that they die. What we hope is that they show up here and they die, and that's the end. Yuffie kills them, which would be twofold things. It would be so on the first hand, it would be a clean way to get rid of these guys, so we don't have to deal with them in this reinterpreted FF7. That would be sweet. On the second hand, it would be a great way to just get rid of these dumbass characters from Dirge Cerberus, because we don't care about them, and also tie in Yuffie, because she's in that game a lot, and she gets like tie into these characters too. Please kill this weirdo spider boy. Yeah, I hope he just dies right here. And it's like, anyway, that was crazy. Next, and then he's just not in the game anymore going forward at all. Same thing with Vice. Same thing with the blue dude. Because you could have her fight all those guys on the way in. Like maybe she goes into one of those crazy underground labs. They find all these dudes and fight their way up to Scarlet or something. So that's a possibility. What I'm trying to figure out is why is the Shinra guys here, the Shinra scientists, looking all like shocked and surprised that he's there. I just love that we're getting good world building. So we're seeing like more people from Wutai. We're seeing more people who kind of just fill out the world more. It's not just like there's 3 characters from Wutai in the whole game, you know? This is CG. This is not in engine, which is awesome. Like, please give us more visual works CG. It's like the shining standard of Square Enix filmmaking. So I'd love to see more of this. She looks fantastic, though. Like, incredible design here, as always. Besides the lighting being better and the clothing simulation being better is the hair. The hair is the one thing that they cannot get anywhere near that level in-game. But they only show Vice in the combat simulator with Cloud and gang. And they only show the other guy, Nero, in the main story with Yuffie and everything. So, okay, this is my theory. My theory is that we're going to fight all of Deep Ground and murder all of Deep Ground with Yuffie and Sonon. They're dead forever. Perfect. That is awesome. And then we never have to worry about them again. They're dead. And there is no Dirge of Cerberus, obviously, because they're, you know, revising the story, making it better. This is the definitive version of the story, right? And then Deep Ground's gone, but it's still a fun nod to these characters that were created back in the day. I think that's like the optimal way to do it. What do you think? The highlight of this trailer is actually Scarlet for me. Let me explain. It gives to Yuffie's story and it gives to Scarlet and builds her up more as a villain for the rest of the story. This is like really good stuff for the story. Then when Yuffie meets Scarlet again later, she has a connection to Shinra, right? She's not just like, oh, hi, I joined the party. I'm going to fight you too. Right now we have this awesome like character interaction in history. The thing that interests me was Rama. Rama looks amazing tall. Looks amazing. From a writing perspective, like that's good writing. You know, set up these character connections ahead of time so Yuffie's not just a secret character anymore who's just standing there. Now Yuffie's a real character, man. This is bigger than just the hype and the cool battles and stuff. She's actually a character in the story before she's just there. You know, besides the Wutai quest with her, she has no purpose in any other cutscene, right? She's just like optional. She's going to start part 2 by yoinking our materia, stopping any hopes of importing part 1 save data. That's definitely wrong, Toll, because notice they capped the levels at level 50, right? So you'll be able to continue from like level 50 to 100 in part 2, assuming, and then maybe 100 to 150 in part 3 and stuff, right? They're not going to like have you start over with 100 HP or something. So I think it's actually really cool. Will she yoink the materia? I doubt it, because again, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you finish part 1 with like Firaga and then get fire again? Like find a fire material and get fire, like when they can always build up more spells. Like in other Final Fantasies, there's Firaja, Firaza, and stuff. So they'll probably just have like add levels to the fire materia or something like that. That's my theory anyway. I don't know why they wouldn't. Think about it. Every part of Final Fantasy VII Remake, you're going to just get all the materia again. Because they also didn't give us many enemy skills. It seems like they're going to slowly drip feed everything. Like, this is why my theory on this is that we're going to fight all of Deep Ground and kill them. It'll be like Yuffie's, Yuffie's boss rush run in this DLC. And that would be really fun. Because think about it like this. Then I get to do the boss rush, all of Dirge of Cerberus bosses in the combat simulator with Cloud after. That's awesome. Right? Because count them up. If it's like a 5-stage fight again in the combat simulator, it could do, you know, this guy, the blue guy, whatever, kill all of them. Then they're out of the story when Yuffie murders them. They're gone forever. You'll never have to worry about them appearing in a future part of the remake. They've been referenced in a fun way, and they're dead. Nobody has to worry, right? So they're all dead. And then in the combat simulator, you can fight them for fun with the real party. That would be sweet. Genesis probably will be a secret boss in like part 2 DLC or something, right? Which would be fun. That would be cool. What if Genesis shows up, in like Nibelheim Deep Reactor or whatever, something happens there, or it's like a fun DLC with Vincent. You could do a Vincent DLC where he fights Genesis or something. It'd be kind of cool. I want Genesis to show up in the main story and be like, infinite in mystery is the gift of the goddess. And then Sephiroth's just like, wait, who are you? Just like stabs him through the throat and like throws him off a cliff. And it's like, anyway, let's continue with the real story. That would be so good. Who's game for that? Who's game for that? Infinite in mystery is the throws him off a cliff. Anyways, excuse me. I don't know who that was. It's like I've said since the beginning. I trust them, man. Look at part 1. All of the adapted scenes are incredible. This is probably the most promising. That we've only had the theories of what they're going to do. Like, will they include Deep Ground in the future? Will they like adapt Dirge of Cerberus and stuff? This is a pretty definitive answer that they will not be doing that. This is huge, guys. This is bigger than we think. They will not be adapting Dirge of Cerberus. If these guys die here, which I don't know how they wouldn't. Like, how is Deep Ground going to be out in the open and then somehow gets sealed again and then trapped for like several years? Like, dude, look how strong these guys are. If Yuffie can escape, this little girl can escape, like they can escape Deep Ground, right? So they have to die if Yuffie's fighting them. Why aren't they just out in the world, like fighting Sephiroth or something? Thank God. Nobody knows anything. I want to make that abundantly clear. Nobody knows anything. Not me, not you, not Max, dude. Nobody. Too bad we're forced to buy a PS5 for this. Again, I don't think so. I think it's good we have to buy a PS5 for this, because it's like, do you rather it has better graphics and more content, or worse graphics and less content, but you play it slightly sooner? Like, realistically, you get a PS5 like in a month or two if you're looking very hard. I don't think Max is saying it's definitive either. So he has awesome theories, but like, he doesn't know those. He's not saying that's what's gonna happen. He's like, yeah, it's my cool theory, right? Could be ketchup, by the way. She might have been eating like a Chocobo burger, and she had a little accident. How far part 2 will go? Most speculate it'll stop at Juno. I speculate part 2 stops at what do you call it? End of disc 1 or Northern Cave. I think the best place to stop it is actually like Northern Cave, but depends on how many parts they do. If they're doing 5 parts, 4 parts, we don't know, so it's kind of useless to speculate, right? I think narratively, without a question, the best place to end it is end of disc 1 or Northern Cave, where you learn the truth of the Nibelheim flashback. Because think about it like this: you start part 2 with the Nibelheim flashback, seeing the incorrect flashback with wrong memory, and then you end part 2 getting the right memory. That would be insane. Doesn't really seem possible though, unless part 2 is like 100 hours, which I'm totally fine with. But look at this crazy son of a bitch. A muzzle thing on your face. Could you take that off so I could hear you? There's no pandemic in Midgard. What was that, sir? Is Geostigma a joke to you, Philip? Listen, this is before Geostigma. Like how they seem to be selective with blood. It's not there most of the time, but there's crucial points it can be accentuate its presence. Oh yeah, I agree about the selective with blood. We don't need Game of Thrones nonsense, but there are moments like President Shinra's death, for example. Or, yeah, it should have been there. That's unless there's in lore stuff like magic system that says like, oh, Sephiroth's sword, is like affected with the whispers, and it like warps space time as it cuts things. That's why the president didn't bleed. It's kind of like a lightsaber or something. It like sent his body to another dimension or something. But as far as we know, there's no in lore reason that there wouldn't be blood. The scene with Ket Shi was, I think, the only miss in the entire VII Remake. I think it was a really bad idea. Number one, the music selection was amazing in the original with like the opera and President Shinra looking down, and they just put this like kind of generic like battle music that was already playing for like 10 minutes in the background. That was a huge miss. And then they show Ket Shi like a comical weird robot cat thing, which just does not fit. I figured that's actually why they introduced, what was her name, Marl, the older woman, who's a really cool character. I figured that's why they introduced her, to then show that she's dead. That would give Tifa something to react to. But they have a longer game now, like a much longer saga now, right? So if they go ahead with making it as in-depth as it is and as it's set up as, it's like they could just die later. It would just give us more opportunities for cool character interactions in Midgar. If, say, like Jesse and Biggs are holding it down in Midgar, or if they're like injured, if they are disabled now, like there are ways they can kind of spin that in a really cool way. So I'm not opposed to it. It's all about execution, man. It's all about execution. It's just like any of the crazy theories you'll hear and stuff. It's like the coolest theory that you've heard, like from Max or anybody with these awesome theories, like it could be garbage in execution, right? And also the dumbest theory you've heard could be a masterpiece in execution. It's all about writing. It's all about dialogue. It's all about shot selection, characterization, music. It's very important for it all to come together. So the fact that they show Sephiroth, like, you want to introduce your antagonist in the first part of the saga. You don't want to just drop a big brick on people in the second act. Like, oh yeah, it sounds like you like didn't think of it and then wrote him in. Oh crap, let's put in this villain. Yeah, here's his backstory. We need a villain. So it's not, you don't get the Sephiroth flashback 5 minutes later after leaving Midgar anymore. You get it in the next game. You have to wait for years, right? So, like, for example, Biggs, where Biggs clearly got like shot several times and then was just like had some dirt on his face. And, when that's important for storytelling, because, if you stumble upon someone who is mortally, fatally wounded, you don't say like, what's wrong? You see that they're mortally wounded. He's been shot 5 times in the chest. And he's bleeding out. Shit. Like, and then you kind of just talk to them, try to calm them down. So that is important when Cloud comes across Biggs and he's like, shot up and he's just sitting there like with dirt on his face. He's like, wait, What's wrong with him? Is he just tired? Is that why he fell asleep? Is he bleeding out? Like, what's his injuries? If they don't show injuries, you can't really know. So that is important. Again, without being gratuitous, we don't need to see, his like, his large intestine hanging out and trying to stuff it back in and like gurgling. But that's disgusting. That's Game of Thrones nonsense, right? That's what are the 3 B's? Boobies, blood, and what was the third one? Boobies, blood, bastards. What was it? We used to joke about it. Remember the 3 B's? What was the third B? I'm forgetting. But yeah, that's kind of like the edgy cash in, man. The 3 B's. So a lot of people have said that. They're like, oh, the ending was Kingdom Hearts. That was a similar design to something else Nomura had designed. It's like, okay, if you say that though, it's not really fair, because you would also have to say that like, Cloud and Sora both have spiky hair. I can't believe that like literally they're the same character. That's so stupid. Like, I can't believe that they look similar. Like, it's the same artist, man. Like, you can look at a Vincent van Gogh painting and then see another one, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's Van Gogh. Like, cool. Is that a bad thing? No, it's a good thing. Like, artist is identifiable style, right? So I don't think it's a bad thing. People being all crazy, like negative about that, I think is totally misplaced. Hopping, slashing through trains was weird, but it's a JRPG. That always happens. I thought about that too, Fabizi, but so think about it like this. At the beginning of FF7, Cloud and Tifa and stuff, they're pretty weak. I mean, they're fighting like very basic enemies. They're fighting like one soldier with a sword and, having to hit him a few times before they die, right? So then at the end of FF7, you're in the center of the planet, like floating and, flying through the air and fighting like a freaking 100-meter tall Bizarro Sephiroth, like 7-winged monstrosity, beating him, doing like 10 times the damage you were doing, summoning Knights of the Round, doing crazy shit. And, so that's obviously the equivalent. So I guess what I'm saying is like, this was a full game. This was a full like 40-hour game, unless you're literally just running through it nonstop. Like, it's a 40-hour, 35, 40-hour game. That was for me anyway. I think it was like 50 or 60 hours on stream. And there you get stronger throughout the game. Right, Fabizi? It's like you start out, still as a... but at the same time, you got to look at it in lore reasons. Cloud is a freak of nature, dude. He's got Genova cells. So Cloud is supposed to be able to slash through trains and everything. I think, like, could they done a slightly better job of explaining that in part 1? Yes, but I don't think it's a bad thing, because part 2 is going to explain all that. Part 2 is going to explain Genova cells, why he's stronger, why he has that stuff in the Sephiroth flashback. We're going to see all that shit, how you see the people like being, in the test tubes and stuff. So I think it's not a bad thing again. If they execute well and they explain the lore of materia, they explain the lore of Genova cells. I mean, they're gonna. Like, they did it in the original, for God's sake, in like little text boxes, This is my theory. You're gonna fight and murder all the deep ground jabronis with Yuffie in this episode. See this goofball? You fight him in order, right? So it's gonna be whoever the hell comes before this, the blue guy, the Vice will be in there. You kill them all. Or you like collapse them and kill them in deep ground or something. Because think about it. This is canon. This is actual story. Nero is here. Yuffie is fighting him. So Yuffie is not trapped in deep ground because Yuffie is in the rest of the game. Which means this guy's not trapped. He's more powerful than Yuffie is, supposedly, right? So he has to die. Deep ground dies in this DLC. Murdered. Destroyed. Then... with Cloud in the gang, you get to fight the 5-part simulation in the combat simulation. Red the red, blue the blue, this idiot, and Vice. I'm forgetting one. Probably that stupid girl with the batons or whatever, right? You fight them. They're never in it again. They're never referenced again. They're dead in this definitive version of FF7. That's my theory. They don't have a good reason to keep them around. Yeah, there's no reason. So this is why I like it. It's a reference for the fans. You tie in Yuffie, who is super central, and Dirge Cerberus. She gets to be a part of this. She fights him. She kills him. Fun reference for the fans. Yuffie gets to get an awesome background story, and they've fed into Yuffie's future story, like the actual story that matters, and they're gone. Dirge Cerberus fans are happy. We're happy. Everybody's happy. And I want to be clear. I'm going to talk more about this on the show I'm going to be on next week, an interview with me about FF7. there is still a way for all fans to be satisfied with FF7. There is still a way. And I think it's going to happen. I really do. A lot of people seem to be split down the middle. Like half of us will, well, not half, probably like the small majority who didn't like whatever, will hate it. And then the rest of us will love it. There's no in between. I think we can all be happy. I really do. Because this is an example of it, right? If Yuffie destroys Deep Ground and removes them from canon, she's the real hero of FF7. Yes, it's true. How the hell are you going to fight Deep Ground? These like freakishly powerful people who are clearly like on par with Sephiroth's strength. They're like somewhere in that realm of like, if we go power scaling, like Sephiroth's strength is up here. They got to be kind of close. Right? Like, I mean, yeah, he's literally cutting through fate itself with his sword and walking through it. Like, he doesn't give a shit. These guys aren't that strong, but like, they got all their weird magic and experimentation and stuff. So if they're here, like Yuffie's a girl, like a materia thief, you know, she's not like on that level. So what I'm saying is if Yuffie can escape whatever they're doing here, these guys can escape. So they have to die. Now, keep in mind, we don't know much about Sonon. He could be like elite. He could be like the best Wutai has, like the most elite warrior Wutai has. So I think if they build that up correctly, this would work better, right? Because Yuffie is probably around the age of 18 in this. Sonon's like more of a veteran. He's fought in the Wutai War. That would be sick. Maybe he could even talk about seeing Sephiroth on the battlefield and just being an absolute menace, murdering people by the thousands, like Achilles or some shit. That would be awesome to get some of that backstory. So he's like a veteran, a war veteran. That's why he's accompanying Yuffie, right, to help her out. And then that would give more credence to them murdering these Deep Ground guys, just cutting them up. Like the thing about the end game is too, we don't really know what it means yet. And I think that a lot of the reason people are so upset is you have these two camps: people who are excited by just new Final Fantasy VII stuff, and then people who are just so incredibly enraged by like anything being different. Like they literally wanted. Like they were probably upset that Cloud didn't get like his butt like touched in the hot tub by like that Bubby guy or whatever, are like probably upset about that and think that should belong in the game. Like these people are so like, you know, militant about it, which is insane, you know? So you have like that versus people who are just excited about it versus people who just any possibility of change is driving them insane, which I think that's almost worse than a confirmation of change because, as we all know, the imagination is stronger than certain things are. So I think these people are like losing their minds that the possibility of like, you know, whatever, Sephiroth being a good guy or something exists in any, or like Aerith survival just exists in any universe, and they're very angry about it. So that's my theory on why people get so mad about it. Because they don't matter. Like, they're not in the FF7 story. So, if anything, this is even more of a hard confirm that they're not going to be in it. Because what? If these guys escape, what are they going to do? These guys are incredibly powerful. Are they just going to sit there while Sephiroth summons Meteor to destroy the world? Like, no. They're going to go fight or something. So, they have to die. They're not going to be in, like, every part of the game. Like, no. There's too many good villains for that. Do you make anything of Aerith change in tone at the end of part 1? I think it's the live stream at work. I make a lot of it, Smash Gamer. My basic theory is this, and I haven't talked about this too much, but my basic theory is this. The idea of oracles, mostly from the Greek myth canon, which I'm obsessed with, as you guys know. So the idea of oracles, or like this kind of prescient vision, is that there's only one way, there's only one thing an oracle cannot see, and that is another oracle's future. So it's this idea that we have 3 oracles with prescient vision. I guess 2, you could say. We have Aerith, and we have Sephiroth. We have the natural versus the unnatural. We have the alien Sephiroth, and then we have the chthonic Aerith of the Earth. So you have the life stream, which is the natural lifeblood of the planet, and the planet is, as in canon, is like alive in Final Fantasy VII. So you have this kind of alive planet giving her knowledge, right? And you have like the Whispers, which is the planet, the Whispers, and the memories of the planet and the people in it from the future and the past. It's all powerful. It's like a god. It doesn't care about the future and the past, right? It has knowledge. And you have Sephiroth, who has like tapped into that by dying and being dropped into it. So he has this like unnatural, forceful taking of the knowledge versus Aerith, who was given it and stuff. So that's more my thoughts on it. I don't think anybody really looks at it like that, but me, everybody's like, oh, it has to be time travel. It has to be this crazy shit. They're all from the future. They're all from the past. Like, I don't really think that's confirmed at all. A lot of people think it's just like 100% confirmed, but not me. The fact that Nomura portrayed the Whispers as the FF7 purist, Rubman, that is not what he did, Toll, at all, for sure. It's not like dude, it's Final Fantasy 7. It's not like Nomura trolling and making fun of the people who love the game in the game. Why would he do that? What universe would he do that? That's wild. I think that people say that. It's absolutely insane. Oh, God. Ever Crisis. They're getting the actual remake that they wanted. Pre-rendered backgrounds, bad graphics, just like you wanted. Enjoy it. You know, bad anatomy. You got what you wanted. Look at the attention to detail with the remake and this DLC. Instills confidence. Yeah, man, look what they're doing. Look what they're doing. And they thought of a creative way. Like, I'm sorry, none of us thought of this shit. None of us thought of this shit. And this is an incredible idea. Let's do a Yuffie backstory where she sneaks into Midgar and fights Deep Ground, which then gives the Dirge of Cerberus fans fun thing they can enjoy, and then removes these dumbasses from the story forever so we don't have to deal with them in the future, which confirms they're not doing that future of Dirge of Cerberus being a thing. That's awesome. Vincent not saving the world anymore because that was dumb. It's like I said in the original, man. Ketchi, Sid. Like, Sid? He's a super important character. Vincent, Yuffie, the secrets, like, dude, they're barely characters in the original. There's like probably 3 or 4 scenes where they have scripted dialogue in like a sequence with the whole party, but besides that, they're just, if you happen to have them in the party, they'll say like the one throwaway line. Like, as far as the full party interaction, there's like nothing, man. There's nothing. Like, we don't know how Tifa and Yuffie, like, what their relationship is on the daily, besides like she calls her boobs. And yeah, maybe like a couple other short exchanges, maybe not even that much. Whatever direction the original creators take, as long as they put in the same care and attention to the characters as they did in the first part, they have a new story to tell. They should stick to their guns. They have the right as the creators. I agree. I agree, Judge. But for now, what I can reveal is Cloud will be running around a lot of nature. Oh shit, world map, baby. The atmosphere will be quite different from part 1. So I think people will really enjoy it. In either case, development is going great, and please wait for more information. Also, part 2 story will start right after the events of Intergrade. So we hope you enjoy Intergrade 2. The events of Intergrade. That's interesting. What does that mean? Intergrade seems to end... Well, we don't know when it ends, I guess. That's fun. So, okay, looks like the 12th... And then, like, the following week, we'll be getting FF14, FF16, FF7 stuff. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. But, yes, you guys, thanks for being here. This has been cool. I will talk to you guys more soon. We're going to be working hard on certain things, so get ready for that. It'll be fun for the whole fam. Just keep them coming. Oh, dude, I'm excited, Judge. Also, more cast interviews probably on the way. If you guys missed it, we interviewed the voice of Jesse, Erica Lindbeck, the voice of Roche, Austin Lee Matthews. Probably got some more on the way. Trying to hook those up. Voice actor is very busy, but we'll get them. You guys are the best. Let's raid somebody. I wonder who's even on at this insane hour. Okay, we're going to raid... We're going to raid Smokaloke. Smokaloke is on. Someone we never get to raid. That'll be fun. Let's do it. Let's get a raid message going. We'll raid. He's playing some awesome PS5 stuff, I think. You talking about Aaliyah? My girl. You talking about her IG? It's wholesome. Oh, yeah, dude. Her IG is amazing. It's God tier, man. All right, so have a good rest of the day. Thank you, Goa. Yeah, let's get a raid message going. We're gonna say, Philosophers Raid. Get those Cowards Die First going if you do it. Smoke Loke rated us recently, so let's show some love to him. Great streamer, great broadcaster. We are going to say, are you excited for? No, let's say, are you excited for FF7? Remake Part 2. We'll see if we can get a good convo going too. He's got a massive stream, so let's get those raid messages going. That's it. If you want to copy it over, let's do this. /raid. Smoke a Loke. Let's do it, guys. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to get this going. I'm going to get this shit on YouTube. Also got the Resident Evil thing. So make sure to get ready for that. It's going to be awesome. A lot of good stuff on the way for you guys. Also, I have my Final Fantasy 14 cinematic analysis, as well as there's another one in there I recorded. Oh, FF12 opening. That reaction is going to be on YouTube as well. So copy over that raid message. Let's show some love to our friend Smoke a Loke. Great streamer. I think he's got like 500 views or something. So let's show him some love. This will be on YouTube. If you guys only caught a second, I know Orange said he was in physical therapy. If you guys missed it, pop over to the gaming channel. It'll be up there in a couple hours. Get it edited up for you. Get it going for you. Anyways, you guys are the best. And any questions, hit me up. Join the Discord if you are new. You guys are awesome. See you next time. And yeah, check out my Instagram if you want to learn how to punch people in the face repeatedly. Have a good day.